Hey friends, Kevin Goehring here, your Sacramento, Stockton area Realtor and lender here with this week's weekly real estate report. Well, getting close to Christmas. I'm getting excited. I got my Christmas shirt on, but I think now is a great time to talk about saving money. What better time to talk about saving money than the most expensive time of the year? Well, there's a lot of opportunities to save money. I was just looking at Best Buy, and not anything against Best Buy. I like Best Buy, but I was looking right here. There is a TV out there for $8,999. But the great thing about that is that if I buy that TV, I will save $1,000. How exciting is that? Well, I'm all about saving $1,000. So do I buy the TV to save $1,000? Well, of course not. True savings is not spending $8,999 on a TV, but enjoying the TV I currently have. So with that in mind, let me talk to you about two goals that I have doing my little weekly report right here. The primary goal number one is that I want to give you information that will help you make an educated and logical decision on all of your real estate needs, whether that's financing, refinancing, because I'm a mortgage lender, or buying or selling, because I'm a real estate broker. And let's be honest, goal number two is that hopefully when you do finance or refinance or buy or sell a home, you'll think of me, the guy who gave you good information. So let's get back to saving money. Well, as I always talk about, I drive down the road, I listen to a lot of talk radio, and I listen to all these great lenders out there talking about how they are going to save you money if you would just call and refinance with them. Well, let's talk about that saving money, and let's talk about how it can be presented in two different ways. So let's just say 10 years ago, you bought a home and you financed $300,000 on this home. Well, if you financed the $300,000 home back then, the rates were about 4.8%. So you'd be looking at a principal and interest payment, not counting taxes, insurance, principal and interest payment of around $1,590. You've been paying on this for 10 years and you are down to the point where you only owe about $236,000. But you want to save money and you're thinking, wow, my rate is nearly 5%. So let me call my local bank, and I love it when people say, I'm just going to call my local bank because they know me. Sure. Anyway, so you call them and they offer you a great rate. Right now, rates are about 3.1%. So you're thinking, wow, we're going all the way from 5 to 3. This sounds good so far. And the lender says, we know what we can do for you. We've got a great deal, 3.1%. We're only going to charge you 1 point. Your loan is impounded, no money out of pocket. So we are going to put back into your loan title fees, escrow fees, appraisal fee. We're going to reestablish your impound account, meaning that we have to collect 6 months of taxes. Your insurance is due, so you better collect 1 year insurance. But no money out of pocket. Don't worry about that. So all is said and done, you walked in there owing $236,000. You walk out owing about, and running all those numbers, it'd be about $8,000 to $10,000. So you walk out owing about $245,000, but you get this great rate of 3.1%. That is going to give you a new payment, not counting taxes, insurance, of $1,050 thereabout. So if you did the math right along there, you are going to save, notice that word, about $540 a month. Now, are you really saving it? No. You are spending $540 less each month. So let's get the words right. My kids know this when they come in, Dad, if we buy this now, we'll save money. No, we won't. We will spend, if we decide to buy that with that deal, we will spend this much less. And I want to correct them and get that mindset that you are still spending money. You are not saving money. Saving money is money you didn't spend, right? So you're spending less. But back to the story, $540 a month. Now, of course, if you go to all the training seminars, which I absolutely hate, but I love to see what people are doing, the next question is, sir, ma'am, would $540 be something you would like to save every single month? Well, who would say no? Of course, you're going to say yes. So you start thinking about this $540 you save every month. And oh, by the way, just so you know, $540 times 360 payments, that's a 30-year loan. Do you realize that you're going to save $195,000 on this refi? Think about that. What would you do with $195,000 extra? All right, let's stop the bus and back up a little bit. First of all, you did have kind of a high rate, so it is worth thinking about refinancing. There are a whole lot of things to go into it. Maybe you want a no-fee loan, which would wipe out some of that. Maybe you want to pay some of the closing costs. Maybe you don't want impounds. So that's where a real mortgage professional is going to walk you through all the scenarios. But just sticking with this very easy one, you did put the money back into your loan. You did bring the loan back up and a little bit. So let's just take a look at if you would not have refinanced and just kept making that payment for the next 20 years, the payment of $1,590 times 240 payments, that's 20 years of payments, you had left to pay about $382,000, $382. All right, but if you take this new deal where you're saving $540 a month, you take that payment, $1,050, multiply it times the 30-year payments, 360 payments, you would end up paying $378,000. So let's do again, $382 left to pay versus $378 left to pay. So the refinance is going to save you money. You will be spending less, but how much less? About $3,600 less when all is said and done. So let's take a look at that. Saving, in the first scenario, the salesy pitch scenario, you're going to save $196,000. Wow, $540 every single month. Scenario 2, well, it's the same scenario, but sales pitch 2, true savings over the life of the deals, you, assuming you made the payments just on time and didn't change anything, you're going to come out ahead about $3,600. That's a huge difference with the same numbers. So I just tell you that to say there are multiple ways of looking at things and how you might want to work it. Now, of course, it goes much deeper than that. Yes, you could look at it and say, well, we could refinance, take the refinance, and you know what? We will continue to make that same payment we used to make, that $590 on this new refinance. I didn't even run the numbers on that, but let me tell you, the savings would be exponential. You're gonna pay your loan off so much faster, and it would be a gigantic, don't want to say savings, amount of money you would pay less. So anyway, I hope you understand that there's so many different ways of looking at a mortgage and there's so many different sales tactics. And what you need to do is really pull back the curtain and take a look at what is really going on. Am I really saving money? Is it really the smart thing to do? Now, back to that scenario, the next question would be, Kevin, is that a smart thing to do? And my response would be, well, it depends. Are you going to pay extra on your mortgage? No, we're not. Okay, next question. Are you planning on staying in your house for the next 30 years? No, we're going to move in 3 years. Then I would say absolutely not. There's some other numbers I would run and show you that that's probably the wrong thing to do. So what looks like savings up front, generally, well, it could be and it could not be. It takes, that's why I want you to talk to somebody who knows how to run these numbers and make sure that you're educated and can make a decision that works for you, not for the mortgage officer who's going to make a commission on selling you something. All right, let's talk about the market. Whoa, look at the green line. Not a happy line. I should have warned you. If you're not ready for some dismal news right there on the housing inventory, don't look. Turn away now. Too late. So we are just dropping like a rock. It's what I expected to see happening. And I keep talking about how, we rise to the bottom of where we normally are. And now we're just falling off the market, the amount of homes are falling off the cliff here. Also, pending sales dropping right along with it. But let's take a look at what's happening again with the median home price. Now, we did have a true dip last week. It really went down, but now it's back up again this week. And I'm going to keep saying probably the same thing for a little while. I really believe that the pending sales is dropping not so much because of the seasonal drop, but simply because there are people who can't find a home that they can afford, or there just isn't enough homes to support the market. And so, yes, pending sales are just going to drop because there's not enough homes to be sold. And so that is going to keep prices going up, up, up. Now, The Fed did announce that they are going to probably raise rates 3 times this next coming year. Remember, the Fed does not control mortgage rates. It's an indirect way of controlling them. So yes, I anticipate rates to go up, but they don't have to. They could go down even if the Fed raises rates. And we talked about that last week. Don't expect that to happen, but it doesn't necessarily mean rates are just going to jump up overnight, right? The Fed does not control that. If they're 3% today and the Fed says tomorrow we're raising them by 1/4, doesn't mean they're going to 3 1/4 because that's what the Fed says. If you've seen all the crazy pop-ups, or not pop-ups, but stupid ads on your computer, I remember it used to be huge with, I don't know why it was Obama always caught my eyes. Obama urges you to refi. No, I pretty much guarantee you President Obama never urged you to refi. Neither did Trump. They had bigger things to worry about than you refinancing. So anyway, don't get me started there. Already did. So that's, what do I anticipate? Well, I anticipate, of course, that this decline in the inventory, it's going to happen probably until around March, but usually people start wanting or more aggressively buying is come the first of the year. So that could drive prices up even more. However, if rates do go up, that decreases purchasing power, which means that typically speaking, home prices tend to drop because people are buying on their monthly payment. Anyway, there we go. What did rates do? Well, rates are slowly going up. Let me pull that up over here so I can take a look at it. So we've really been just a little over 3% for quite some time. Let's see, we're going all the way back into, well, really around 3%, all the way back into September, end of September. Yeah, a couple of times Freddie Mac has reported they've dipped below 3, but for the most part, we've been at 3.1 something for quite some time, and it hasn't changed this week. Freddie Mac is saying 3.12% with 0.6 of a point up front to buy that rate down to that. So rates are still holding quite steady. And that, I think, is it for this week. So that's probably it for me for the rest of the year. I'm going to enjoy Christmas with my family. I hope you do the same, but I will be working. If you have questions, you just want someone to talk to, I'm happy to run any scenario you want. No obligation. I'm never going to sell anybody. That's just not who I am. If I had to do that, I wouldn't do this business. I just love talking to people, of working with them, helping you make good choices. And nothing makes me happier than somebody call me up years, months later, whatever, and said, hey, Kevin, remember when we called you about that and you helped us make this choice? Man, we're just so thankful for that information, and sometimes we're so thankful we didn't sell our home. We're so thankful we didn't refinance. Thank you for helping us out. That makes me feel really good to know that I've set you up in a positive way. Hey, next time I come back, I want to talk about investing for dummies. I want to tell you how I got started with no money out of my pocket, investing in the stock market, and how I've done, I don't say I've done great, but how I got started, and how you can get started too. Some tricks for people who know nothing about that. So, hey, that's it for this year. All right. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.